So I expect the vast majority of anybody who actually finds these videos on YouTube is going to know me. But I understand the algorithm of YouTube, somebody looking for some information about bone marrow transplant or lymphoma might accidentally come across, not accidentally, but providentially come across my postings of my experience with all of this. So this is just a quick introduction for anybody who does not know me personally. My name is Thomas Eddy. I was born in 1963. This is my 60th year, 2023. At the end of December, I will be officially 60 years old. And I will have officially lived longer than my father, his father, and my mother, who all died of heart disease before the age of 60. Or my mother died at the age of 60, actually. I was diagnosed with follicular lymphoma in November of 2012 while I was on active duty. And in 2015, after I retired, no, take that back. I retired in 2015, and in 2018, when we moved from the DC area where I was stationed to our current home and permanent home, I hope, in Georgia, my oncologist, my oncologist in the military was concerned with some results and told me to get in touch with an oncologist in Georgia. We did so. After some biopsies and such, it was determined that my follicular lymphoma had transformed to large B-cell lymphoma, which is a relatively aggressive lymphoma that would have killed me if I didn't go through treatment. So in the summer of 2018, I went through treatment, started it on my wife's birthday in July of 2018, and went through the fall and seemed to have done its job very well. However, in February of 2020, before the whole pandemic and everybody getting excited about COVID, the blood tests seemed to indicate that something was going on. We did another biopsy and PET scan and discovered that the large B-cell lymphoma was back. And so starting at the end of March of 2020 through July of 2020, I went through a very aggressive chemotherapy regimen, which included a bone marrow transplant of my own bone marrow stem cells. And that seemed to have worked. It took a long time to recover. The whole process of getting a bone marrow transplant and everything that went with that was, quite frankly, pretty awful. But we survived it. I told my wife afterwards, after I was fully recovered, that I'm not too sure if I'd do that again. And some interesting things for those who are interested in these. So I used to have a very white beard, very thick white hair. I had dressed up for Santa Claus a number of Christmases for my grandchildren. And after the second, not the first one, after the second treatment, my hair came back kind of salt and pepper, really not a whole lot of white, a lot of gray, and I've got most of my hair cut off right now, but my hair is very thin and wispy, curly, and kind of a mousy brown gray of a color that I've never had before. It's just very interesting. Anyway, fast forward to 2023, visit with my oncologist here close to home. He said my blood counts have been going down for 18 months. He decided it's time to do another bone marrow biopsy. We did so and came back, and I had a new diagnosis of MDS, which I don't know exactly what the medical term for that is off the top of my head right now. I'll put it down in the description. Anyway, so basically what he said, what happened is with all the chemotherapy, my stem cells, some of my stem cells got genetically damaged, and it formed a new type of cancer, this MDS. And so now I have to go through the bone marrow transplant all over again. But this time I can't use my own stem cells. One of my children was able to be a donor, is able to be a donor match for me, and that child agreed to be my bone marrow donor. So I'm going to start posting videos as we go through this process. I have some old videos for when I went through the first processes. If you look on my YouTube channel, you should be able to find them. So that's a little bit about me. For those who don't know me and kind of stumble on this YouTube video, if you do know me and you watch this whole thing, thank you for watching this whole thing. But I thought I'd document this time, unlike last time, the whole process, so that not only do I have a record of it, but those who are interested in what the process of getting a bone marrow transplant is like can look at this, and my children and grandchildren sometime in the future, when I am not around any longer, will have a record of what their father and grandfather went through. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this.